morning, everybody. Good afternoon, or wherever you are on planet Earth. It is April 3rd, 2023. Still dark where I'm at. It's what, 6 something in the morning? Yeah. Yeah, the RSD had me up at 1 o'clock, and I said, forget it. I'm just going to stay up. Yesterday and last night, I had the opportunity. An acquaintance friend of mine, she does a thing on Twitch on Sunday nights, and a lot of people who are other psychics, we all kind of trade stuff back and forth in the chat line. So just want to remind everybody that everything is for entertainment purposes only, full disclaimers in the box. So yeah, last night we had a very great discussion pertaining to things happening here in the United States. Unfortunately, I only made it through about the first 90 minutes of the chat stream because I had a call come in. So I'll go and watch the rest of our chat stream later on today. But one thing that we were all talking about and putting puzzle pieces together is what's going on in New York on the island of Manhattan, and things going after Pres 45. And it was a joint consensus that everything right now, it's the calm before the storm. And now he's using the term that this is a witch hunt. Take a look at certain things and you'll realize within 24 hours, they raised over $4 million for his campaign. And the average donation was, what, maybe $35? So do the math. How many people averaging $35, how many people does that come out to make 4 million? So a lot of people are now supporting Pres 45 for another run. And it's just beginning. It is really, really just beginning with a lot of things. So, let's see, what else do we have here? Now people have to go back, and I mentioned the other day, people really need to go back and read their history. And now bits and pieces are starting to come out about the blue and yellow flag country, because surrender paperwork that was signed in 1945 pertains to the country of Vicky's husband, Albert, and that the blue and yellow flag country didn't actually on paper formally declare themselves as a independent country. So basically, I guess they're still, in some paperwork, they're still considered a territory of another big country to the east. And that Z guy has just gotten too big for his britches. I mean, come on, the guy's doing the same thing as Adolf did by kicking out the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. I mean, just something's fishy going on there. And they don't have an actual coastline. They've got lakes. But, if I remember right, they're a landlocked country. So there's more going to come out and more scandalous stuff that's going to hit. I listened to my favorite Swede, and he made sure to mention what happened in Finland. And it's so funny because they had their elections. And remember that the 1920s, 30s, the political party that took over Germany was the National Socialists. Well, Finland used to be run by a group called the National Socialists, but they just lost the election, and now it's kind of a split between two more middle of the road leaning right political parties. So now they're going to have to be putting together kind of like a coalition government, which really has the Socialist Democrats in Finland just like stomping their feet and throwing temper tantrums. So I think that's so funny. People are waking up and smelling the good coffee. Stuff going on, and news reports are now coming out stating that Jojo, the guy that supposedly resides at 1600 Pennsylvania, won't be going to England for the event that's taking place on May the 6th. Honestly, I don't think he has the mental capabilities to do that. I mean, could you imagine him trying to sit through an event for 3 hours and remain lucid? Hey, he could nod off and start going to sleep. I mean, that would be on cameras worldwide. So, of course, not to embarrass us, they're going to make sure he doesn't show up there. So I think it's, I personally, I'm getting the feeling it's just that his brain can't comprehend it, but they're kind of using the excuse that because his heritage is Irish and many people of Irish descent don't really like the British. So that's the excuse they're using for him not attending, where I think it's more of the guy really wouldn't be able to hold it together for that amount of time. No, as usual, I get this morning, yeah, I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, forget it. The RSD had me up, and I'm just kicking back, and I was working on I'm working on another blankie, and here it is so far. Everyone can see it. Yeah, I'm using up all my scrap yarn. So when it's done, I will put the picture up in the community page. But when I'm doing that, it really allows my mind to get into the zone. And I'm just listening to some tunes, and I'm like, I heard David and Wallis come and pay me a visit, and they were talking about stuff, and they're saying, yeah, she wants to mimic me, and she's looking for a house in France. So I'm just like, okay. So there have been reports of her being spotted in Paris, but Wallis is going, I can just hear her and the eyes rolling and saying she's trying to mimic me and she's a poor imitation. She's something that would be found at the Selfridge's bargain basement. And then I hear the Duke, Edward David, and he's like, damn it, my grandnephew needs to follow the example of his grandfather. Exile him. He goes, Henry needs to be exiled. I mean, throw him in the Bahamas like they did to me. Or one better, ship him off to St. Helena. Yeah, St. Helena is a British territory way down there in the southern hemisphere. And it's southern Atlantic Ocean, far south. And it's kind of between the tip of South America and the southern tip of Africa, South Africa and Argentina. It's right there in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's so isolated. That's where they dumped Napoleon to live out because he couldn't escape. And St. Helena didn't even get an airport until, They started construction in 2010. The first airport is less than 10 years old. And basically, it's just an island that was used as kind of like, where can we send people where they're not going to escape? That we can't stick into a private prison. So they ship them off to St. Helena Island, and they're literally stuck. So yeah, Edward, David, whatever you want to call him today, is saying, hey, park him as governor of the Bahamas, and if he makes a mess out of that, ship him out to St. Helena. They need to be exiled. He's like, Charles, I know it's your kid, but do what your grandfather did to me. Put me in exile. So that's what I got from Wallis and David today. I mean, like, wow. I haven't heard from them in maybe a month. So, and something else they said, because they go, don't believe people who are chatting. Wallis goes, my one pregnancy ended in a miscarriage. And because of what happened with my first husband, I could never bear another child. I guess if you want to know more about it, check out Trevor Colt's rant this morning. Yes, I'm on that email list also. A lot of people are. And I don't want to say who else, but a lot of people. Trevor's on it. I'm on it. I did shoot her an email. Hey, stop sending me. Please remove me from your email list. I mean, it's funny. It's like I looked at some of her nonsense. She's claiming to be the granddaughter of Wallis and Edward. I'm just like, okay, I'm more apt to believe what I hear through my gifts. Yeah, being clairvoyant, I'll see and I'll hear things. And yeah, I somehow I did get a connection with Wallis and Edward. They visit me. I don't know why. Maybe because I am an American. I lived on the East Coast in New Jersey. That's why you can say some part of my accent comes through at times. But I also spent a good portion of my life in England and several other European and other cities. So I do have a good historical knowledge of things that are going on. And plus, my dad's side, yeah, we've got British blue blood going through the family on my dad's side. And my mom's side is we have blue blood from one of the other royal families one of the other European monarchies that had to be deposed after 1918. Several monarchies were basically said no more, especially a lot of European countries. They no longer king, but a democracy. But mom's side, I have that. So double blue blood on either side. So kind of interesting. So I do hear things. And well, I told the story ages ago of what happened one time when I was at Hampton Court. Still haven't heard from Lucy Worsley about it, but hey, I don't know if she watches YouTube channels, like little ones like me. And I noticed my numbers are dropping. I was at a height of like 315 subscribers, and now I'm in the 290s. I guess I must be annoying people who only want to hear about the British royal family and not other things that are going on in life. Hey. There's more happening in this world than Henry and Rachel. There's a lot of things. Right now I have been getting a lot of calls asking about the mayoral election that's in Chicago. It's going to be real interesting. I mean, I would say I'm not saying what I want, but I think the person who's the dino is the better choice, Democrat in name only. He makes more sense than the other guy who wants to defund the police department. Yeah. One guy wants to defund the police department, and the other one has got his stuff together, and I think he's got the better course to straighten out and clean up the mess that Beetlejuice created. Yeah. So that's about it for today. I know there's going to be a lot more popping in the next few days. So it's Monday. I hope everyone's week is off to a great start. And I'll be talking to you on Wednesday. Talk later. Bye-bye.